Hello. So my name's Bea, or Beatrice. I'm a day pupil and I'm studying biology, maths, chemistry and Greek. So in 3 words, I would describe Downside as supportive. It very much develops each person as an individual to try and make them the best individual they are. I would say welcoming, not just to people who are in the school, but also kind of everyone around the school. And then probably integrated is my last word. As I'm a day pupil, I kind of came in with a bit of an expectation that there was going to be some kind of almost boundary between borders and days. And I did kind of have that kind of preconception. But I mean, I was totally wrong. And you know, within the first week of being there, you kind of forget who's day and who's border. Like on the corridors, you're all in one group, and there's no separation in houses. So I think it really is that integration that kind of really matters, not just for the day pupils who are included, but also for the boarders, so it doesn't limit who you can be around and who you can talk to. My favourite's probably Greek. I've been doing it since 3rd form, and it's something that initially really attracted me to the school because I just really enjoyed Greek mythology. It's really different to my other subjects, and it really helps me think laterally. And so I think that's probably why it's my favourite. It's just got that interest and that unique aspect, and it doesn't fit in with my other subjects, which I like. And then out of the other 3, probably chemistry. My teachers are brilliant, which really, really helps. And I just kind of enjoy that mathematical aspect of science. So, I think the one thing that really separates Downside is that community that kind of just we have growing here. And that's not just from a pastoral perspective, you have that community within houses, but it's kind of all the communities. So it's in each community is so supportive and kind of has that element of you are a group. And it's just, I think it's really special how that's kind of not just in one aspect, but it's kind of everywhere. I'm in Isabella, which is the most new one, and I really love my house. So Isabella is the only house in the school that has people all the way from 1st form all the way up to upper 6th. So we've got a really nice community in there. Our house mistress is called Mrs. Ball, and she's a brilliant chef, which always helps because we've always got nice things to eat in house. We do loads of house things together, so we do house trips. We're organising a whole house trip this term to go see an ice hockey match. Last year we all went ice skating together, which was quite funny because you've got small little girls, carrying all the big ones around the rink. But even it's not just doing the big things in the house, it's also all the small little things. We all have assembly together in the morning and the evening. And even when you go around and you help the teachers by putting the girls to bed, you always have a nice chat with everyone. And you really get to know not just your year, but you can speak to everyone in all years, and it's really nice when they know you too, and you've just got that recognition. So for the last 3 years, I've been a part of the first 11 hockey team. And I'd say hockey is probably my favourite sport. I really enjoy the team sport. And then in the summer, it's always tennis, which is quite fun, especially when you've got some exams. It's quite stress relieving. But sport isn't just something that you go to your game sessions and it's over. It is something that you dedicate time to each week. So to help my hockey, I have a gym session or 2 each week. They're called ADP, which means Athletic Development Programme. I'm involved in the theatre department, so I'm a drama scholar, which means that I do Lambda lessons each week and I go through my Lambda grades. But the other side of that is also performances. So last year we did a performance of Chicago, and this year we're doing Legally Blonde. So we have a society called the Abington Debating, and that is something that happens each Friday, and it's basically a big inter-house competition. And so what you do is you kind of go up in heats. Each house competes against each other house, and then you have a final. And it's something that I've gone to really recently, actually, but it's quite fun to do, and it's really interesting to talk about the different topics that they come up with. So before I knew whether or not I was going to do Downside, I did a number of scholarship tests, and then I came to Downside on a academic drama and sports scholarship, and my brothers also hold scholarships. And paired alongside that, we also have, I think it's called a means-tested bursary. And that basically has just kind of opened up the doorway. I have 4 younger brothers and an older sister, so coming to the school was a huge transition and definitely a big commitment from my mum. And I think the scholarships and the bursary really kind of gave her that support, and it opened the door for us all to come and for us all to kind of get on with Downside and kind of make our own way here. But it's really meant that my whole family has kind of made the transition here, and it means that it's become more than just a school for my family. It's become like, you know, it's your second home, and it really does act like that. But not just kind of allowing us to be here. Scholarships also mean that there's certain expectations of you. So doing performances, making sure you're focusing on your sports development, academic meetings where you're kind of making sure you're furthering your own learning. And just doing those scholarships means that you're kind of you're very focused, and it feels a lot like a privilege to do that. So. I think educationally, there's quite a big change in like how much detail you go into your subjects, and obviously because you've chosen your subjects, it's something that like you quite enjoy. So I think the detail you go into, and also your learning is much more of a collaboration between you and your teachers. It's much less kind of hand-holding, so I really enjoy that. And then socially, I think you've got a lot more trust with the people in your house and with teachers, and that level of trust is really shown. And you also become much more of a role model to those below you. And I think it's quite nice how that relationship develops between, you know, people who are in first form and then the people who are in sixth form, and how you do become that older figure. So I really do enjoy that aspect. From the beginning of sixth form, there's kind of a focus upon like future plans, and like at the very, like as soon as I got there was this kind of this sudden support about what you're thinking about in the future, and it's kind of just making sure that you are thinking about it. And then in the upper sixth, if you're looking to study medicine, then you are invited to MMIs, which is something that Downside hosts, and they basically bring in external doctors, and they've also invited loads of external pupils who are also hoping to study medicine from different schools around the area, and they kind of mimic interviews that you would have to study medicine, just to get that preparation in. But I mean, coming to the school for sixth form, you've also got the appeal of coming to the school itself, and then added on top of that is the sixth form. And I think that the sixth form centre that they're constructing is really going to push that over the top, just having your own space that's focused entirely on you and your studies. I think it's a really big appeal there. So there'll be a lot of things that I miss. I really enjoy being here, but probably the biggest thing will be the people. It's not just the people that like you know and you're going to see again, like my friends, but also I think in particular the house staff, because they really do like become your second parent, and they really are that kind of that supportive bubble around you. So I went to study medicine. I sent in my personal statement sometime last term, which was a big weight off the shoulders. So I'd like to, a long way down the line, become a surgeon, ideally for paediatrics.